Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. Just want to give you another update on the Jaguar XK150. So we're getting on quite well. We still obviously need to get this round onto the ramp to do a lot of the work, but the wiring loom is starting to go into it, which I'll show you in a second. We even had the indicator on today to make sure all the cabling was good, and I'll take you underneath the arches and show you where the cables are and into the compartment, into the driving side, to show you where some of the cables are routed. I'm still going, what we're going to do is I do know a chap here that can possibly do it for us. I don't know if I can get hold of him, but Amir has a friend who works in, he's a car auto electrician, and you know, he does electronics, he's done quite a few things for us. He's done all my gauges, he did the electric seats for an XF Jaguar that I have to try and make them work, which they do independently. So he's gonna, it looks like he's gonna come up and wire the whole thing in for us, because Amir and I probably could do it going by the book. We could probably do it, and I've been encouraged to do it, but I'd rather have somebody who really knows their shit, knows what's going on, and you know, pay them 200 or 300 or 400 or whatever it is for a 2 days work or whatever. It would cost a shitload more than that if I got somebody from Austria to do it, that's for sure. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll take you around and I'll show you what we've been doing and how we're getting along, and hopefully the parts should be here for the Morris tomorrow, depending on what time they come in. Hopefully we can get out on the road by Wednesday and get the ramp and put this on. But I have got a guy coming Wednesday who did the ceramic and the detailing and waxing on my Mini Cooper, and he's coming up. We're going to wash the car. I know this sounds strange because we're rebuilding it, but he's going to wash the car and completely polish and wax it. And the reason is we want to be able to start putting the chrome bits on, like the chrome bezels here, and so on and so forth. And I want to make sure it's properly polished before we start that. And then obviously once it's complete, it'll be polished again and ceramic coated along with the E-type in the spring, or early spring. So I'll show you what we're up to. As you can see, that main harness is in now, all the way along. This is going to the fuse box there. Also these are ancillary cables for things like coils and whatever. And then this is the one over for the lighting. And this is going to go up eventually. We'll go up to the water bottle pump, and I think there was also a regulator. I'm not sure, I'll have to check on that, but quite a bit that's in, and you can see it still looks quite nice. There's some more of the cabling going through there, and as I said, I think I showed this before. This is when you put the grill, when the grill comes down on the bonnet. It doesn't look very big, but that's quite a big area in relation to the fact that there wasn't anything going in there. Any air coming in, clean air, cold clean air, has got to be better than nothing. So as you can see, that's all the cables coming into the car now. On this car, it's got electrical powered, motor powered steering, or power assisted steering, which has a rheostat on it, so I can either it off completely if we're on the autobahn or driving at speed, or put it on fully when we're parking. So you can see the wiring's going in already. And if you're wondering, that's a Tremac T5 box for people who don't watch regularly, but that's a 5-speed box. So I think it was actually over there is where the solenoid, not solenoid, but the pickup system for the overdrive is. I'm not sure if it's there or this side, which is redundant now. But you can see that there's a mass of wires, and yeah, it scares the shit out of me and Amir. I would rather have a pro that really knows what he's doing, and he'll check every wire to make sure the continuity is good. So the last thing we need is, you know, a wire that's damaged or broken. You never know. So I'll take you around the rest of the car. Down there you can see the boot board. I've only put 2 inches, one either side. If it isn't sufficient, I'll put another one in the middle, because there is a jack to hang off this board. But that's how we've got it so far. So it's looking pretty nice. I think. Quite pleased with it, but I'll put a third one in if I need to. Okay, so you can see the loom there is actually passed right behind that leg, because like I said, those two holes there, it's supposed to go through those two, basically where those two holes are, it goes through there, but we're going to use that for these hoses, which we'll show you once we install them. And you can also see up here that the carburetor or the air filter system's all in. That comes as just plain metal, and they do rust, so that's been actually painted in a kind of chrome, you know, kind of fake chrome thing, but it's really just to stop it rusting. But it's coming on nice. So I'll take you around the other side, and you can see there also this fan. There's no metal fan on the XK150s. They're just a single blade, and they're all but useless. You know, they're about as much use as a one-legged man at an ass kicking contest. So I think it's called Revotech, I think, make these fans, is it? Yeah, Revotech. It says there in the corner. Especially made for the XK150. And it's a kit that you get. So I'll take you around the other side. So you can see Amir's put this sheet over it. We've got some other sheathing material, which is quite nice, which we're also going to use down the chassis and so on. And you can see up here, there's the servo in. And tomorrow morning I've got an order coming from Holland with lots of parts, like we can finish the pedals off tomorrow. There's what they call dust excluders, or dust and debris excluders, and the pedals have to go through, they have to go on, and then the pedals go through them. So we can start getting this nut and bolted up as well. But there we are. And this exhaust system, which looks pretty nice, I think you have to admit, this is the third one I've purchased. One was for another XK, and they're actually from a company called Classic Fabs. And I have the same exhaust setup on my E-Type, and if you're interested, go to my site and look for, I don't know, what is it? Exhaust system, Classic Fabs exhaust. And you can hear it on the test bench before I put the engine into the E-Type. They sound absolutely fabulous, and they fit together like a glove. Beautiful system. Yeah, Classic Fabs. There's a guy called Jimmy Stewart up in Scotland, very north of Scotland, up in the Highlands. But top gear, really precision made. There's absolutely no doubt about it. So there we go. So I did mention about putting the window in this, but I jumped the gun there. A chap who he's having he's got an XK150, but it's the drophead coupe, not the Roadster. Funny enough, same colours as well, Imperial Maroon and the biscuit. And he said to me, you know, you've got to put the interior obviously around these, around these roof pieces here. It's got to go inside here before you can put the window in, because of the way the rubber is. And I completely forgot about that. So that isn't going to happen. So that isn't going to happen until the end of April, when I get the kit back from John Skinner, who's rebuilding the seats. He's doing the whole interior basically of the car. Apart from, the only thing we won't have is the dashboard, because the dashboard is walnut. Not just the centre console, but the two left and right are done as well. They're veneered. So yeah, just a bit of an update.